Everything you knew about Stoicism is wrong. Yes, you heard that right. If you've been trying to master your mind, striving for peace, but find yourself constantly overwhelmed, then you're probably approaching Stoicism the wrong way. Hold on, don't scroll away, because today we're diving deep into the 10 things you must eliminate from your life to truly embody Stoicism. By the end of this video, your outlook on life will shift dramatically, and you'll be equipped to face life with newfound strength, ready to transform. Let's get into it. 1. Stop dwelling on the past. First things first, stop dwelling on the past. We all have a tendency to replay old memories in our heads, especially the painful ones. It's like our minds are stuck on repeat, going over that embarrassing moment in high school or that time you missed a big opportunity. But here's the truth, your past is over. It's like a movie that you've already watched. There's no point in replaying it because you know how it ends. Instead of letting those old memories haunt you, learn from them, then let them go. Imagine your mind as a backpack. Every time you hold on to a past regret or mistake, it's like adding another stone to that backpack. Over time, it gets heavier and heavier, slowing you down, making every step forward harder. But what if you just took those stones out? You'd move faster, feel lighter, and be free to enjoy the journey ahead. The Stoics believed in living fully in the present because that's where life happens. The past is dead. Stop giving it power over you. Start practicing this mindset today and notice how much easier it becomes to move forward. 2. Stop overthinking. Now, let's talk about overthinking. We've all been there, lying in bed at night, thinking about every little thing that could possibly go wrong. It's like your mind turns into this overactive detective, searching for problems that don't even exist yet. But here's the kicker, overthinking is a trap. It tricks you into believing that if you think about something long enough, you'll solve it. But often, you're just creating more stress and confusion. Imagine this, your mind is like a garden. Overthinking is like planting weeds. They spread quickly and take over, suffocating the beautiful flowers of clarity and peace. If you let those weeds grow unchecked, pretty soon your whole garden will be overrun, and you won't even remember what it was supposed to look like in the first place. The Stoics teach us to focus on what's in front of us, to be mindful of our thoughts, and not let them spiral out of control. Practice noticing when you're overthinking and gently guide your mind back to the present. It's like pulling those weeds out by the root. Tough at first, but the more you do it, the more beautiful and peaceful your mental garden will become. 3. Stop trying to please everyone. All right, here's a big one. Stop trying to please everyone. We live in a world where we're constantly bombarded with opinions, what we should wear, how we should act, who we should be. It's exhausting. But here's the truth. You can't make everyone happy, and trying to do so is a recipe for misery. It's like trying to juggle 10 balls at once. Eventually, you're going to drop them all, and you'll be left feeling like a failure. Think about it like this. You're the CEO of your own life. Your job is to make decisions that align with your values and goals, not to take orders from everyone else. The moment you start trying to please everyone is the moment you lose control of your own life. Stoicism teaches us to be true to ourselves, to follow our own path, even if it means disappointing others. This doesn't mean you should be selfish or ignore others' feelings. It means you should prioritize your own well-being and integrity. So the next time you're faced with a decision, ask yourself, am I doing this because it's right for me, or because I'm trying to please someone else? 4. Stop fearing change. Change, oh, how we fear it. But here's the deal. Change is the only constant in life. Whether it's a new job, a breakup, or even a global pandemic, change is inevitable. The problem is we often resist it, clinging to what's familiar, even if it's not serving us anymore. But resisting change is like trying to hold back the tide. It's a losing battle. Think of change as a river. If you try to stand still, the current will knock you over. But if you learn to flow with it, you can navigate the twists and turns with grace. The Stoics believe that embracing change is essential for growth. Every change, no matter how scary, is an opportunity to learn and evolve. So instead of fearing change, start seeing it as a challenge, a chance to stretch beyond your comfort zone and discover what you're truly capable of. The more you practice this, the stronger and more resilient you'll become. 5. Stop comparing yourself to others. We're all guilty of this one, comparing ourselves to others. Whether it's scrolling through Instagram, looking at someone else's seemingly perfect life, or measuring your success against a colleague's, comparison is the thief of joy. It's like running a race with blinders on. You can't see the finish line because you're too focused on everyone else. Imagine life as a marathon, but instead of focusing on your own race, you're constantly looking over at the other runners. What happens? You lose your stride, you get distracted, and eventually you burn out. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our own journey. Your path is unique. No one else has lived your life, faced your challenges, or achieved your victories. So why compare? The only person you should compare yourself to is who you were yesterday. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and keep pushing forward. The moment you stop comparing is the moment you start truly appreciating your own journey. 6. Stop seeking validation from others. Here's a hard truth. Seeking validation from others is a never-ending game. You might get a hit of approval here and there, but it's never enough. It's like trying to fill a bottomless pit. You'll always end up feeling empty. And the more you chase external validation, the further you drift from your true self. Imagine you're a painter, creating a masterpiece. But instead of trusting your own vision, you keep asking everyone else for their opinion. Pretty soon, your painting becomes a chaotic mess, a mishmash of other people's ideas, and you lose sight of what you wanted to create in the first place. That's what happens when you seek validation from others. You lose touch with who you are and what you want. The Stoics remind us that our value doesn't come from others' opinions, but from within. Start trusting your own judgment. Validate yourself, and you'll find a deeper, more lasting sense of satisfaction. 7. Stop being busy for the sake of being busy. Let's talk about busyness. We've all bought into the idea that being busy equals being important. But busyness is often just a distraction, a way to avoid the uncomfortable truths we don't want to face. It's like filling your plate with junk food. It might feel satisfying in the moment, but it's not nourishing your soul. Imagine you're in a boat, rowing as fast as you can, but in circles. You're expending all this energy, but you're not actually getting anywhere. That's what being busy without purpose is like. The Stoics teach us to focus on what truly matters, to spend our time and energy on things that bring us closer to our goals and align with our values. So, take a step back. Are you busy or are you productive? Cut out the unnecessary tasks, the distractions, and focus on what really moves the needle in your life. You'll find that when you do less, you actually accomplish more. 8. Stop neglecting your mental health. Your mental health is your foundation. It's what everything else in your life is built on. Yet so many of us neglect it, pushing ourselves to the brink of burnout, ignoring the warning signs until it's too late. But here's the truth. If you don't take care of your mind, nothing else will fall into place. I think of your mind as a garden. Yes, we're back to the garden analogy. It's just that good. If you don't tend to it, weeds of stress, anxiety, and depression will overtake it. But if you nurture it through mindfulness, meditation, and self-care, you create a space where peace, creativity, and happiness can flourish. The Stoics understood the importance of mental discipline. They practiced techniques like journaling, reflection, and mindfulness to keep their minds sharp and their spirits calm. Start making your mental health a priority. Set aside time each day to rest your mind, to reflect, and to simply be. Your future self will thank you. 9. Stop worrying about things you can't control. This one is a classic Stoic principle. Focus on what you can control and let go of the rest. It sounds simple, but in practice, it's one of the hardest things to do. We worry about everything: our jobs, our relationships, even the weather. But worrying about things outside of your control is like trying to catch smoke with your bare hands. Impossible and frustrating. Imagine you're standing in a rainstorm, but instead of finding shelter, you're trying to push the clouds away. Ridiculous, right? That's what worrying about uncontrollable things is like. The Stoics teach us to focus our energy on what we can change: our thoughts, our actions, our responses. Everything else? Let it go. The next time you find yourself worrying, ask, can I do something about this? If the answer is yes, take action. If the answer is no, release it and move on. It's a practice that takes time, but the more you do it, the more peace you'll find. 10. Stop procrastinating. Finally, let's talk about procrastination. Procrastination is the enemy of progress. It's that little voice in your head that says, you can do it tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes, and all those tasks you've been putting off start piling up, creating a mountain of stress and guilt. Picture this: your life is a garden, okay? Last garden analogy, I promise. And every task you procrastinate on is a weed that you let grow. The longer you wait, the harder it is to pull it out. But here's the good news: you can start now. Take small steps, even if they're tiny. The act of starting is often the hardest part, but once you get going, momentum builds. The Stoics believed in taking action, no matter how small. They understood that life is too short to waste on procrastination. So whatever it is you've been putting off, whether it's a project, a conversation, or a personal goal, start today. Your future self will thank you. So, which of these habits are you ready to eliminate from your life? Let us know in the comments below, and let's start a conversation. Remember, change starts with awareness, and today is the day you take that first step. If you found value in this video, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more life-changing content. Let's build a community of strong-minded individuals who are ready to take control of their lives. I'll see you in the next video, and until then, stay strong and live fully.